Dr. D, this is Keelan Sutherland, SDI. Week 5 for the Revolver course, and I'll be covering the assignment. What we have cleared, dummies. It's got, the question is, using your revolver to demonstrate and show pieces that describe all of the areas in your revolver that are of particular interest when inspecting the health of the firearm. And what do they do? So some of what I do is I'll go to the trigger and test it in double and single action for smoothness or if it's gritty. And then I'll look in here as well. Look for the reset. Make sure that the cylinder latch drops out of place. Look up in here. Oh, hold on. It's moving up, moving up, moving up, and then it's in there. And that's the transfer bar we're checking for. I'll also look at the sound of the firearm, and I can't let you know what I hear, but you can hear some shaking, and all that is the transfer bar shaking in the frame. It's not a precision fit piece. Next one is the cylinder operation. So I'll push it on the cylinder latch, see how it comes out, see if it's too tight or too loose, and I can adjust that over here on the screw that holds in. And then I spin it right here and here, and I'm feeling for any kind of hitches. I'm also feeling for wobble. I know you can't, people think you can't feel it, but you can. The next one is cocking of the hammer. So here, does it cock smooth? Does the trigger lock in the rearward position? When I release it, I'm looking for different things there. And a lot of it is just related to how does it feel when I drop the hammer. And it feels pretty good. The trigger feels pretty good. It's smooth. They both release in double and single action very smoothly. I will run the pistol through and dry fire it. I would do it with snap caps, but I can't load it very well one-handed. The next one, does the hand engage the ratchet? And you can see it there. There it is. So you saw the ratchet engage fully, and the cylinder turns. Last is, does the transfer bar move up when the trigger is actuated? And we already checked that, and yes, it does. Let me get my fat thumb out the way. Peekaboo. All right, part 2. Identify 10 things that you've learned throughout the course and articulate why those learning experiences for you and how they plan to strengthen those points in the future. The first one was attention to detail and how the parts go together. I had the trigger return spring get wonky on me last week, but I figured it out. But it did cause this finger here to bleed. So a little more attention to detail on how the parts go together and not rushing through will help out a lot. Using the right tools to make taking the revolver apart made it a lot easier. The paper clips, smacking the frame with the hammer instead of trying to pry up the plate with a screwdriver or Lord knows what. And that goes into the next one, and that's tool preparation. Having the different tools that you're going to need to take the revolver apart are very important, and it also streamlines the process. That way you don't have extra parts. If your hammer gets magnetized or a screwdriver gets magnetized and your spring hides under it, that's kind of a problem. So if you keep parts to one side and the tools to the other in an orderly fashion and not mix them up, you'll actually get a little bit better result. Let's see. Number 4, parts layout. Ensure I had everything back together in the same location each time. So making sure, like when I had my plate apart, I had the 3 screws. When I took the trigger apart, it had its own little section, and then reverse assembly, as well as my notes. Number 5, have the correct resources, leading right into what I just said, books and videos on hand while I'm putting the revolver back together in this class. Next is have a clean work area to make the project or the process faster for parts identification and reassembly. Right now, it's not, because I'm not working on anything. But I don't have to deal with clutter, and a flashlight's always a good thing to have on standby as well. Just as a side note. Proper lighting. We got this monster here, and a cell phone holder, and then a big light bar that I don't want to lift this thing up too far to see. That just helps me identify things that are broken or potentially broken. Reading all the lecture materials is number 8, and fully understanding the information before starting the task. That way I don't get through and find out that you wanted me to just do a cycle of operations instead of a full detail strip. And next is a block. Makes everything easier for disassembly. And then another one that I use is a magnet. Oop. It's in a sock so I can separate it, but I'm going to leave that there for now. Part 3, discuss what you feel the unique features that are found within the double action revolver platform, like the one you received as part of this course, and articulate the features, so forth and so on. One of the specific things I liked was the double action sear. I'm not sure when it came into existence, and I'm not sure who thought it up, but having that made it a lot easier for me to do what I need to do if I'm going to shoot one of these, and then not have to cock it each time. It's a faster process. The next one is the locking block and how it interfaces with the cylinder itself. I thought that was pretty interesting, how 300-year-old, 200-year-old technology made its way from a wheel turning to the cylinder turning and then locking up positively. The next one is the hand, and it came from the Paul in the single action, but this, on this particular one, it's actuated, by the trigger, along with like 4 other functions. It's ridiculous how much that does. So, but yes, that is what I learned during the course. If there's anything that I missed, please let me know, and I'll rectify that situation. Thank you, sir. Bye.